Well, welcome to today's Teaching and Technology Workshop Series. We are doing a webinar on UCM CROPS featuring the Resources tool. Before we get started, I have a couple of housekeeping items just to let you know so that you know how to navigate this interface. The audio is mute for all participants, so if you want to communicate with us, if you have questions, if you want to say something, just use the chat window, which is located on your left. And in the chat, you can type in your message, and then you can send it to us or to everybody in this session. Also, there is a icon of a person raising hand on the top if you want to raise your hand, or if you are not speaking loud enough or clearly enough, you can click on the drop-down menu, and there's a list of different status that will indicate to us what we need to do differently. Number three, there's an option for you to do a full screen on any particular part of the presentation. So if you want to view the what we're doing with the browser, just make sure you can just make that particular module, that window, full screen, and you can see it more clearly. Or if you want to look more closely at our slides, a PowerPoint slide, you can go to that one and make that full screen. So just you have control over how you view things on the screen. And then finally, just to let you know, we are recording this session. So everything that we'll be doing right now will be recorded and can be accessed later on our CRTE site. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this over to Deborah, who will be presenting on the Resources tool on CROPS, and we will at the end wrap up with any questions you may have. So Deborah?
Okay, welcome everyone. And first I'll just kind of go over a brief agenda for today's webinar, and the three tools that I'm going to be providing a demonstration on under the Resources tool is create a resources folder. Then I'm going to show you how to upload a file, and then we're going to create a WebDAV connection so that we could download or upload multiple files. And then that will complete the demos, and then we will have a Q&A, and then I'll just show you some of the future workshops that we have available. So first I'd like to start off with showing you a definition of the Resources tool. And the Resources tool is a tool for sharing, storing, and managing digital assets. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and go to the CROPS tool now. And before I get started, I'm going to provide a reminder of the three main categories within each of the CROPS tools. And under communications, they have a variety of different tools. Course tools, resources, which is the main featured tool that we're working on today, falls under course tools. And then we have site management, and these are the different tools that they have underneath the site management. So again, we're going to be working on the Resources tool, and so first on the agenda is creating a resource folder. So what I'll do is we're going to click on Resources on the left-hand side. And this main folder here, this test course site resources, we're going to go ahead and generate a resource folder. And how to do that is you go to the Add pull-down menu and select Create Folders. And for this example, I'm going to go ahead and call it Assignments. And after you name your folder, click on Create Folders Now. And what that does is that it generates the folder that we just created directly underneath the test course sites resources. Now, the other thing that we need to do, just to make sure that any content that you put into the assignments folder or your newly created folders is publicly viewable to your participants or students or whoever your audience is. So what we'll need to do is you go to the Actions pull-down menu, and we're going to edit the details. And what that does is this is already a public core site, but in most cases the default is only members of this site. So as long as, if that is your default there, you just will need to make sure that the radio button selected is this folder and its contents are publicly viewable. If that is checked off, then anything that you put inside that folder will be publicly viewable to your audience. And so, and then you would just need to click update. I'm going to go ahead and click on cancel only because it's already there as a default. Okay, so that is how we add a folder to under the resources. And just one other thing is that you can make multiple folders under the same folder here, or you could do subfolders under assignments. And this applies to any of the core sites that you have and any of the classes that you may be assigned to. So that takes care of our first demonstration. And according to the agenda, the next is uploading a file. So what I'm going to do is, using again the assignments folder that we just created, we're going to upload some files, and we're going to do one at a time, and then I'll show you, if you have just 2 files, how you could do that, and then I'll follow up with if we have multiple files, that will lead into agenda item number 3. So when we want to add some content to our folder, go to that folder and go to the Add pull-down menu, click on it, Upload Files. And then here on this site, on this page here, you're going to go to Browse, and you're going to go to wherever your files is that you wanted to upload to your folder. And I'm just going to go ahead and pick one of these and click on Open. And here, the display name that you want under inside of your folder, you could either change it if you don't want to have the extension on it, or leave it as is. And so once you modify or leave the display name, go ahead and click Upload Files Now. And then you'll see that it falls directly underneath your assignments folder. So that's as if you had to upload a single file. So now I'm going to show you how you could, if you had 2 files that you needed to upload into this assignments folder, we go through the same process. You go to the Add pull-down menu, click on Upload Files, and before I do that, you can see that these are some of the other, if you need to have a HTML page or create a text document, you could do that same thing, but for the majority of times you're either uploading files or creating folders. So click on Upload Files, and I'll go through the same process. You hit the click on the Browse button, navigate to a file, click on Open, and then here we're going to add another file so that we have more than one that's going to go into the same folder. So click on Add Another File, and then you would be able to go through the same process. And then I'm going to click on one other file. So you can see that you can continue to do that, and if you have multiple files, more than just a couple of agenda number 3 might be a little bit more useful. So for this example, 2 is what I wanted to upload, and after I do that, go ahead and click on the Upload Files Now button. So now we have a total of the 3 files that are located under the assignments folder. So that's how we upload files or contents into our assignment folder, or any of the folders that you choose. So that takes care of agenda number 2. And the next thing I'm going to show you is how to create a WebDAV connection. And the purpose, what we have to do first is create the WebDAV connection in order to upload and download multiple resources, which I had just mentioned previously. So how we do that is up here on this menu bar, we're going to click on Upload, Download Multiple Resources. And here it provides a variety, multiple steps depending on which operating system that you're using. And step number 1, it says highlighting the following URL and copy it to your clipboard. And why we're going to do that is that this URL is unique to this folder, so that when we create the WebDAV, it will automatically upload the files into this particular folder. So I'm going to go ahead and copy it. And I have Windows 7, so whatever operating system you have, you go ahead and follow those instructions. And so for this one, it says that I'm going to click on Computer. And then I'm going to map the network drive, and it provides a drive of an available drive. And under folder, this is where I'm going to go ahead and do paste, which allows it to enter the folder directly here, and then click on finish. And then you'll need to enter in your credentials, just your username and your password. And click on OK. And what that does is that it generates a drive here on your computer. So then what we need to do is here's the assignments folder that we have, and you can see that when I click on it, it has those 3 files that we previously uploaded. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my folder. One second, let me go back to my drive, click on my assignments folder, and then I'm going to go to my local computer, because that is what the WebDAV allows you to drag and drop files from your local computer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of the files that I want to take over and upload, and I'm just going to drop them into the assignments folder. And now it's copying all 5 of them. And so then what you'll see is we'll take a look and see that we have all of our folders, all of our files inside the assignments folder. And that's how you complete a WebDAV connection. So that takes care of the 3 demonstrations that I wanted to show you using the resources tool underneath the course tools. So if you have any questions, we'll take a look to see if we have any questions in the chat room, or if you have them now, go ahead and enter them into the chat box.
So Deborah, there's one participant who's asking if they need more help with crops. Where do they go, and how? Yeah, do they? Yeah. So just how can they get?
Okay. If you need additional assistance, then there is on the left-hand side of the crops tool, there is a little help button here. And you would go ahead and click on that, and it provides a search box, and then it will then generate any of the things that you may be interested in getting additional help with.
And what about consultations and talking with somebody about crops?
Okay, so if you need additional consultations or some of the resources here, we have that listed on the agenda. And so my email address is listed here, as well as Mike Truong's. And those would be some of the consultation, the point of contacts there. And then we have a list of the resources here, as well as on the CRT website.
Okay, well, I think that might be all the questions we are going to get today. So thank you, Deborah, for your presentation. And again, thank you for joining us on this CROPS webinar. This is recorded and it will be made available on our website. And one other housekeeping before we, well, 2 more items before we end. One is regarding the future upcoming workshops for the ReSAM crops. We have one for next Monday, which is on the assignments tool, and then we have 2 more throughout the semester, one on assessment tools and last one on gradebook. So please do join us if you're available for any of those. And the last thing is that we do appreciate your feedback on your experience with this webinar. So if you're able to, please go ahead and complete the evaluation for us. We are going to make that available to you right now. So this is the website that you can go to complete your evaluation. So if you can complete this within a week's time, that would we really appreciate. So thank you again for your time, and we look forward to seeing you on the webinar next time. All right. Bye-bye.